In 2020, ammunition prices doubled in less than 6 months. In some calibers, they tripled hunters who had been buying 9mm for $20. A box were paying $60, .357, 50 caliber, .223, all of it went the same direction. The shelves emptied and the prices did not come back down when they refilled. That pattern has not gone away. Global supply chain pressure, commodity prices, and elevated demand have kept ammunition pricing above pre-2020 levels. Ever since I'm not here to tell you what is going to happen to ammo prices next year, I cannot predict that. What I can tell you is that every round you waste on a dirty barrel is money you spent on nothing. And most hunters are wasting rounds on a dirty barrel without knowing it. Not because they are careless, because nobody taught them what copper fouling does to a zero. I want to introduce you to Marion Briggs. Marion spent 30 years shooting precision rifle at a club in western Pennsylvania. He has put approximately 50,000 rounds through the same barrel over that period. That barrel is still in service. It still holds sub-minute groups at 300 yards. The reason it has lasted that long is not the barrel's steel. It is the cleaning protocol Marion has followed since his first year of competition. He said, "The barrel is not wearing out faster than it has to." That is the entire secret. Before I walk through what Marion does, I want to be clear about the cost of his protocol. Everything in it is available from the hardware store for under $15. Most of the products have already appeared on this channel. This is not a new product. This is a new application of what you already have. The protocol itself costs nothing. It is time and method, not money. Before I get into it, I want to point you somewhere. Chapter 7 of the Hunter's Vault documents the complete barrel maintenance protocol, with round count intervals and the full copper fouling. Comparison data, scan the QR code showing in the top left of your screen right now, or find the link in the description below and get the full documented guide in there. Marion made a point in our first conversation that I keep coming back to. He said most hunters are not missing because they cannot shoot. They are missing because they are shooting a dirty rifle at a clean target. The rifle is not performing at the level they zeroed it at, because the bore condition has changed since they last zeroed. Every range session adds copper to the bore. Every session without a copper cleaning moves the zero slightly. Over a full season, a rifle that started accurate can drift enough to matter, not enough to miss a paper target at 50 yards, enough to miss a vital zone on a deer at 200. Marion has seen it happen in his club to hunters who could shoot. And every time the bore came out clean after proper treatment, the groups tightened back to where the rifle had been zeroed. The shooter had not changed. The ammunition had not changed. The bore had changed. And then it changed back. Now let me tell you what copper fouling actually does to your zero. A new barrel, or a freshly cleaned barrel, has a uniform bore surface. Every round passes through the same geometry. The bullet engages the rifling at the same point with the same resistance. Shot-to-shot pressure is consistent. Velocity is consistent. Point of impact is consistent. As copper builds up in the bore, that uniformity starts to change. The fouling does not deposit evenly. It builds in the areas of highest friction first. Those are the rifling lands where the bullet engraves at its widest diameter. Uneven copper buildup creates uneven resistance as the bullet travels through the bore. That uneven resistance produces velocity variance between shots. Velocity variance at the muzzle translates to vertical dispersion at the target. A rifle that groups half a minute clean may group 1.5 minutes fouled. At 200 yards, that difference is 3 inches of vertical spread on a target. At 300 yards, it is 4.5 inches. That is the difference between a clean harvest and a wounded animal. Marion calls it the invisible tax on ammunition. Every box shot through a copper-fouled barrel costs accuracy you paid for and are not getting. Marion also addressed barrel life directly. A barrel that is regularly cleaned of copper fouling wears more evenly. The lands erode at a consistent rate across the full circumference of the bore. A barrel with heavy copper buildup has uneven wear at the points of copper accumulation. That uneven wear accelerates throat erosion and shortens the accurate life of the barrel. Marion estimates the barrel on his competition rifle would have needed replacement 20,000 rounds earlier without the copper cleaning protocol. At current ammunition prices, that 20,000 round difference represents the cost of a new barrel several times over. Proper barrel maintenance does not just improve accuracy today, it extends the period during which the barrel stays accurate. Every cleaning is an investment in every future round. That barrel will fire. Coming up, Marion walks through the cleaning interval that keeps the bore in peak condition, and the two products that do the work for under $5 combined. Marion's cleaning protocol is built around one question. Is there copper in the bore right now? He answers that question with a patch before he does anything else. He saturates a clean cotton patch with the ammonium carbonate solution, 1 teaspoon of powder in 8 ounces of distilled water. He runs it through the bore once and sets a timer for 10 minutes. When the timer goes, he pulls the patch out and holds it under a light. White or pale gray means no significant copper. He moves to the regular maintenance session. Blue means copper is present. He runs the full copper protocol before anything else. That diagnostic step takes 11 minutes. Most hunters skip it because they do not know it exists. Marion said the most common mistake he sees at the range is a hunter cleaning a rifle with petroleum solvent doing multiple patch passes, declaring it clean and putting it away. The rifle is not clean. The carbon is gone. The copper is still there. And the next session starts where the last one left off. He showed me a barrel from a rifle that had not been treated for copper in 3 seasons. We ran the diagnostic patch before touching it with anything else. The patch came out dark blue after 10 minutes. Not faint, blue dark. The bore had been accumulating copper for 3 seasons of range sessions and hunting. Marion spent 45 minutes clearing it with 6 copper treatment passes. Each pass took 10 minutes and needed a full distilled water rinse before the next. By the 6th pass, the diagnostic patch came back pale gray. He held up the 6 patches in order from darkest to palest. The first one looked like it had been dipped in copper paint. The 6th was almost white. That is 3 seasons of accuracy sitting on 6 patches. Gone in 45 minutes with $3 of ammonium carbonate powder. Marion made one other observation about that neglected barrel that matters. The owner had been shooting it regularly and had noticed his groups were opening up. He attributed it to the ammunition. He switched loads twice. He replaced the scope rings. He checked the bedding. He spent about $80 across 2 seasons chasing a diagnosis. The bore had not occurred to him. After the copper cleaning, the rifle grouped at half the previous measurement, not because the ammunition changed, not because the scope changed, because the bore went back to what it was before 3 seasons of copper accumulated. Marion said he sees this pattern repeatedly in hunters who seek help with accuracy problems. The solution is almost never a new product. It is a process that costs $3.45, applied to a bore that has never had it done. Now here is the maintenance interval Marion uses to prevent that buildup from happening. After every range session, regardless of round count, he runs the diagnostic patch. If it comes back clean, he does the standard session, kerosene and light oil. If it comes back blue, he runs 1 copper treatment pass, then the standard session. Once per month during hunting season, he runs a full diagnostic, regardless of recent use. Before and after any extended storage, he runs the full protocol. That is the complete interval. The average hunter running this protocol on a rifle used 4 to 6 times per season. Will spend about 15 minutes on copper maintenance per season. Compared to the 45 minutes Marion spent restoring that neglected barrel, front-loading, the 15 minutes prevents the 45-minute problem, and it keeps the rifle zeroed between sessions without firing. Confirmation rounds. Marion said he has not fired a zero-check round before a season in 12 years. Because he knows the bore is in the same condition it was when he last zeroed. That is what consistent bore maintenance actually means in practice. Not just a cleaner bore a stable zero that does not require ammunition to verify. Every round that would have gone to confirming a drifted zero stays in the box. At current prices, that is real money. One more number before the vault link. A hunter who fires 40 rounds per season in 2 range sessions and 1 hunt, and who needs 3 zero-check rounds before each outing because the zero has drifted, is spending 6 rounds per season confirming a problem that maintenance would prevent. At current pricing for common hunting calibers, that is $8 to $12 per season, just in confirmation rounds. Over 10 seasons, that is $80 to $120 spent verifying a dirty bore. The ammonium carbonate that would have prevented it costs $3. Once Marion does not think of it as a gun care expense. He thinks of it as the cheapest accuracy upgrade available because it does not add anything to the rifle. It removes what does not belong there. The complete barrel maintenance protocol with round count intervals and diagnostic procedures is inside the hunter's vault. Scan the QR code showing in the top left of the screen right now, or hit the link in the description below. If you have not run a copper diagnostic on your hunting rifle this season, do it before the opener. A blue patch tells you exactly why last season's shots did not group like they should have. Go get the protocol right now while you are watching. And before you close out, hit subscribe because Marion is back next week with the throat erosion test and what he found when he finally bore scoped the 50,000 round barrel.